Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Han Show. Today is a monthly recap of the month of July, where we'll be talking about the albums that we've reviewed this month. Uh,
So this month we listened to Is This It, which is technically at the very end of May or June. But In the Airplane Over the Sea was the 1st of July, but we're doing Is This It as well because we missed that last time, we didn't have enough time. Is This It, In the Airplane Over the Sea, Songs for the Deaf, Sour, Suck It and See, Oracular Spectacular, and Friend, which is coming out in August. So, you know,
yeah, by the time you see
just
this, it'll be out. All right, so the first album that, or I guess Ignacio just said it, but we're going to be talking about Is This It
by the Strokes.
by The
It
Strokes.
is it. It is it, bro. Oh my gosh, this album. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about my. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about it. I mean, it's just peak, man. Song after song, banger after banger. The vibe you get with this album, the warmth, like it's so nice, fuzzy, like really fuzzy. It's so the lyrics. I mean, I'm telling you, man. Though besides Take
Yeah.
and Leave It, all like amazing songs. Everything is just so good. Off of first listen, I was in love with this album. I'm a big fan of this album, as you can see if you watch the ranking. Um, really, really good album. Uh,
I think, what did you gave this one pretty high. I think it was at
I gave it
least,
extremely high. I think I give
Yeah.
like what was it? I feel like I gave every single one at least a 9 or higher, except for Take It or Leave It. But I'm not sure if that's right.
I'm checking. Yeah, you gave it a 9.86, 108.5 out of 110.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember back when you were first listening to this album a lot. Uh, you were telling me, or me and Nate, about how it's like one of the best albums ever made. Which
Yup,
which
man.
is like which is like I think a lot of people would agree with you. Like I saw a comment, I think it was like a comment on the iconic live show that they did, that one.
Yeah, $2
Uh
bill.
yeah. I think like the top comment was like just like saying how unbelievable it is that it's like their debut album is basically like a greatest hits record.
Yeah, yeah. That I've heard
I
that
think, yeah,
comment a lot.
Which
this month we've.
which
Oh, sorry.
well no, I was gonna say that it's like and they still have like at least one hit on like basically every other album except for I guess Come Down Machine, even though that also has
Call
some
It
good
Karma
songs.
is like one of the top stream songs.
Oh,
Call It
well
Fake
on you
Karma. It's like
I guess
number
I haven't seen it
6.
talked about too much. Interesting. I don't think it's like on YouTube Music. I'm a YouTube Music or so
Man, that's
I don't have the
bro.
same
YouTube music
metrics.
is amazing.
Yeah, Nick, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that this month we reviewed another debut album, but we'll get to that later. But very impressive as a debut. It was. I really enjoyed this one. This
By
album a
the
Debut
lot.
likes
album.
of the one and only Arctic Monkeys.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. You just want to be part of the Strokes, okay? Except like look at
So
the mess
actually,
he made. Come on, like come on.
actually, last year when I was going through like my giant Arctic Monkeys like deep dives throughout the year, uh, obviously that line about the I just want to be one of the Strokes. Like I'd obviously heard of the Strokes, and I was like, huh, well that's interesting. They inspired him. They inspired him. They
Inspired.
inspired him. Uh, the Strokes inspired Alex Turner. Especially with the whole quote about like what he said about how there's always that one band that comes around when you're 15 that like grabs your attention and then it like, inspires you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then my parents had the Is This It CD and then played it in the car last fall, and I was like, okay, well this will be interesting. I'll finally get to hear some Strokes. It comes on, and I realized that I used to listen to this album all the time back when I was like 5.
Nice.
So so listening to it again like in the last like month or two for this well because you guys were hearing it for the first time the whole album and also for the ranking. It was kind of hard at first because like every song just was nostalgia, like it just is nostalgia, the entire album,
Yeah.
and like, but then after listening to it a bit more, like obviously like it still is pretty like nostalgia coded for a lot of people, uh, but it also just feels like wearing or like being comforted by like a warm sweater on like a crisp fall evening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, But yeah, I just
I also
yeah,
think
with
it's
the
like
whole album.
peak rainy day music too, in my opinion.
Yeah. Nate, do you want to say
Especially Is
something
This It,
about that one?
the original title
I
track.
don't have too much stuff to say. I know that when I first listened to it, some of the songs they kind of felt a little bit similar, but then
That's what I love
re-listening
about
to
this album. It's sorry, if it doesn't want to finish more, but
no,
talk more.
and I liked it. I don't know what I gave it exactly. I gave it a pretty high ranking, and a lot of the songs I liked, but
Yeah.
the only reason mine wasn't like as high as Oliver's ranking was for me is because I like didn't like that idea or not idea, but I didn't enjoy it as much with the songs sounding kind of similar. But re-listening to it, they're not that similar, and a lot of the songs were really nostalgic. I remember not liking Is This It as much. I mean, I only raised it up by 0.5,
Man,
but the bass line, it's really catchy. I might
we were cooking this man. Okay, once I heard that, I was not having it, man. Okay,
Like,
he was rage
guys,
baiting me a little bit. Okay, I'm not gonna lie about that. That
oh,
was some
you should
10
have
out of
seen
10
that
rage bait.
Fortnite lobby, bro. He was
guys, there's so much stuff that happens that like I had to like step in the middle of and be like, guys,
Like,
get over the
wait,
podcast.
wait for
Get
the
over
podcast.
the
You
because
know, the
they
beef
were
has
like,
settled down
yeah,
sadly, because it would be awesome. Like, is this it?
yeah.
What? Nate, but you still just don't get it, Nate. Come on, man.
nah,
No,
I
no.
like it. I like
Yeah,
it
I
a
know,
lot.
I know.
I gave it an 8.5, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Also, the number one song for me on the album is kind of a basic pick, but I like like Last Night is really nostalgic for
That's
me
so
and listening
basic,
to it
bro.
again.
No,
But
no.
like it's still one of my
No, but
favorites. I
that
love the
that it's
melody.
so
It's just
good.
so catchy.
Unpopular opinion. Last night, I feel like last night's kind of just like okay,
Okay,
but it's
buddy.
like,
Okay, buddy.
but
Okay, buddy.
it's like it still sounds pretty good. So
But the
it's just
lyrics,
like it's
they're
just driven
too
by like
good. They're too good. Too good. Too good. Too good. Too good. They're too good. The lyrics are too good. The lyrics are too good. They're so
I
real.
don't
They're
know, but
too
like
good.
I don't know, but something about like the guitar like it just feels kind of like jumpy in a way, while it's like I don't know, it doesn't make me. It's like I'm not on board with it. I guess.
Oh, I just love like
Same
the.
with
Yep.
same with Soma. Soma's
Also, I
pretty
completely
popular from the
disagree with
album.
you. I mean, I
That
guess
one,
I
I
really
could.
like
I
that
would
one
be
is
able
like
to defend pretty much every song on the sound. So me just getting mad, man, it's kind of pointless. But yeah, as I was saying, I do like I am a big fan of how they kind of all sound together. It makes it like for a really just good listen. But they're all different in their own way,
Yeah.
and they can listen to on your own. And that's what's I feel like is so good about it. I'm a
yeah.
big fan of the modern age. Like it's it's crazy, man. Strokes
Like
have some of like
just
my
like
favorite songs
but like
ever.
just the chorus with the like go 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 go, and then
Go.
it's like complete. No, I think
Yeah, it's just like the
no.
switch up.
It's like no, it's because like I was listening to it a few days ago, and I think part of what makes the switch up so satisfying is that it's like it has like the normal guitar thing, where it's like so he has like his singing during the chorus, which like that singing sounds like a bit different, and then it's like that instrumental that goes with it, and then he goes into the chorus where he switches to the like you
Yeah,
know,
I know it's so
but
good.
but it's like for the first second or two, it keeps the like original instrumental, but then switches into the chorus instrumental like a second or two into it, which makes it like really, I think, which makes it like a really cool transition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but it's like I just love how satisfying it is. My only nitpick is that it's like it ends kind of abruptly, I think. Uh, but then is this it? The title track is like a really good, just like nighttime. It just sounds like being tired.
Yeah. And also the lyrics are so good at doing this.
Just
My
talking about it, you thought of that. You're like,
Bro, Oliver's like levitating right now. He's like
that's how good this.
no, no, it's like he's like internally, it's like internally he's levitating, but like externally he like deflated. He was like,
he looks high as hell, bro.
also, I need to talk about barely legal, barely legal. Like it's just like on the one hand, it sounds kind of like I guess bad from like a moral point of view You know,
So
with the
good about it.
just like with the whole like thing, it's giving Pinkerton, as they
Ye-
would say.
Bro, I
It's
love
just,
the like that's my favorite part of the song.
but like, um, but like just like a few of the lyrics, like ignoring or not ignoring the whole like legal aspect. What's it called? Are just so good. Like, what's the like? Why does my brain always blink when I'm talking about stuff? Um, what's it called? The whole I can't remember. It's no, but it's such a good lyric. Why can't I think of it? It's like it's in my head constantly, and I'm like, man, that's so good. Um, no, it's what is it?
I
It's
didn't
like
take no shortcuts. That part.
no, it's the those strange manners. I love them so.
Oh, okay.
Like that's so real. Like there's so many like when it comes to like the tug of war of like attraction or not. There's so many moments where it's like things happen and you're like, what does that mean? I love it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that's and it's like he found and it's like feeling Casablanca is like the perfect way to like put it into words and like it's just the feeling. Also, this song has two of the best riffs on the entire album. Like seriously, like I thought that it's like okay, so much I might not like it that much compared to most people, but it's like it does have like one really good riff. But then I was listening to Barely Legal and I was like, wait, no, it's just that Barely Legal has two of the best riffs on the album because like just like man, it's just really really good.
Yeah, I love the dun dun dun. I can actually do that
Oh yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
guitar. I'm cooking.
With the yeah, when it changes to the dun 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 dun, you know, and it goes
Yup.
to the dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 in the chorus. Yeah, my brain's kind of blanking because I had like a really long work week and like seriously, it's like we were about to start recording, and I was like, guys, I think I gotta call it off. I'm like, I was like this close to falling asleep,
No, man, you don't
and
even
then
need the job.
and
We're
it,
doing the podcast now. It's taking off.
it
Trust me, bro. Quit your job. Trust.
I quit my job for YouTube. What's it called? But then it's like Nate started the call, and I was like, okay, we're doing this, and it's like I got my like fourth win because I've had like 2 second wins already today. I got my fourth win, but I'm still not completely there.
Right.
Is there anything else you want to say
It
about
was
is
like
this
when we
it?
got back into the call, he's like, "Yeah, I was like about to fall asleep 5 minutes ago, and then I thought about this funny image, and then I woke up, and
Oh
then I
yeah,
called
funny.
him."
Yeah, yeah. I was about to fall asleep. I opened like a picture, and that picture was like really, really like it's just funny. It's basically just like a picture of me being tired at work, and yeah, and like me being tired made me untired, I guess.
Yeah.
Yup. That's
Um.
called reusable energy. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. It's green. It's very good for the environment.
Yup.
Eco-friendly. Um. The last song that I wanted to talk about from Is This It is Someday. That one still feels really nostalgic, but it's like I'm good with it because like I love when songs that are nostalgic, like they have like a theme around like time or like growing up, and Someday is like definitely about that, like just like I love songs that have this sort of like message or story like revolving around time and like the passing of it and like
Mhm.
addressing that. So Someday, yeah, it's my favorite on the album.
Mhm.
And also just like that guitar always gets you like pumped up. It's like as soon as it comes on, it's like dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Anything
Well,
else that you guys want to say about this? It
I don't really have anything else.
Oliver?
Not really. So
All right, so the next album is
we
"An
moving.
Aeroplane Over the Sea" by Nutrimilk Hotel.
Okay. I would like to
Bye guys.
apologize.
He's
My
living.
public apology. Okay.
Bye guys. I'm not gonna be here for this next segment.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I know. Okay, I know. I know. I did a bad thing. I did a bad thing. Okay.
You did
Okay.
the
But
bad
if you
thing.
could please forgive me. Okay. Has
Nah,
my
man, it's
ranking
your rank.
changed? Have I listened to this album at all more? Not really. But I wasn't. I guess I didn't feel like I didn't spend enough time with it, and I still haven't to understand the stuff behind it. And I recognize they're good songs. That's why sometimes it's kind of hard to like how to rank them when you can recognize the intelligence and the you know
Meaning,
meaning behind it, but you still don't enjoy the song. It's kind of like I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Ranking this down was interesting. I know I made a couple mistakes, but I was younger back then, and I'm a different person now.
would you
Maybe. You
rate
know what?
this? What songs that would you do? Think you would rate them higher, or do you think you would
Um,
like what do you regret? Like it's fine that or like I don't like what do you think you would change?
I mean, I don't know. Don't. I don't think I'll change anything, but it's like I feel bad for keeping having it that low when I know. But
That's
I don't
fair,
know.
but I
That's
mean
why
that's your
this album is
opinion,
so
so
weird for me to like. And I know not all the times you have to like. Maybe a song is the most enjoyable to listen to, and you can still like recognize the goodness of it. But it's like I also don't always. Yeah, I don't know. That's why ranking this album was kind of weird. But I mean, in the airplane over the sea is really good. Some good lyrics. Also I like Communist Daughter a lot.
oh yeah.
I would probably move that Communist Daughter up a little bit more.
Yeah. That's where this album for me, I really enjoyed it. First listen, I liked it a lot, but it wasn't as good as second listen. And that's what I love about this album so much is that every single time I've listened to it, I found more meaning in the songs and I've rated them higher. Uh, I like the sound of compared to the like I like the different sounds of the album, the instrumentals. I mean, I'm looking through the ranking. Oh yeah, "In Aeroplane Over the Sea" is amazing. I love that song. Holland 1945 Ghost, King of Carrot Flowers Part 1. They're all really good. Uh yeah, I really enjoy them and there's the story is like I don't know. There's so many Reddit threads about the story. I haven't even completed or not completed, but there's so many stories intertwined into this album and they fit and they work together. Um I mean, it's still hard to piece them together, but that's where listening to this album you find or at least I find more I learn more about the songs and I find more enjoyment in them.
Hmm.
Yeah. It is interesting the way that it's like parts one and part two, but they're not all back to back. I
Mhm.
guess maybe it's like again, like I'm still kind of like new to like venturing out into different types of albums, so this is definitely an interesting one, especially with the being like out of order like that, with like the parts one and part two, part three, uh, not being back to back and stuff. Uh, but this album, like, it sounds like it was taken from like the medieval age, like multiple centuries ago. Like, it seriously, like, it just sounds like it's like it was from then or like made for like a movie soundtrack or something. Like, it's hard, like, and then it's like, when you think about like the story that's being told in the lyrics, which I haven't delved that deep into at all, but it's like just like when I try to look like a little bit past the like surface level stuff, like it did look pretty interesting, you know?
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah. I I will say that my problems with the album kind of come from uh what's it called? The vocals in my opinion kind of
Yeah.
like the tone stayed at the same exact level for the entire album, but just changed in pitch, like being high. Well, no, well, actually no, the pitch didn't even really change. It got louder or quieter. Well, no, it got lower a little bit sometimes, but
What do you mean
I
like
didn't like the vocals that much. Well, no, but it's like uh I guess the tone in like singing for me felt there was like no shift at all. Like it was just um like maybe it's because it's like he was trying to focus more on the story that was being told and less on like the singing itself. But it's like I didn't like the vocals that much. Um and then sometimes the songs well this mostly goes for Carrot Flowers Part 2. which it's hard because it's like part two and part three are one song. But I think where part three starts is fine. But King of Carrot Flowers part two is just kind of like uh a bit too like repetitive for me, which is why I put it at the bottom.
I think I like how it starts off like that and then it just gets all distorted and stuff, and it's just a cool. I mean, it's definitely not the top one or like my favorite. And I it's I respect your opinion with it being lower or your being the lowest, but and I think I I don't know if I would say it would be medieval themed. I mean, or not themed, but like from a medieval. I mean, they use instruments
Yeah,
that are used, but I feel like they're distorted. Like the way that they distort the instruments and the way that they use the instruments to convey different feelings. Like in O Comely, like the feeling of despair with like the horns at the end, I really enjoy, and I feel like it's more like a electronic than like a medieval themed, but they use a lot of instruments in it, which I really like. But
yeah. Um, yeah. I'm just sharing like kind of like my experience with the album, which I did
that's
listen to
fair.
it a
Yeah,
couple times. Yeah. Um, I wasn't that big a fan of it, but I also appreciate just being able to listen to like a more unique uh venture in the world of LPs. Um,
Mhm.
I will say that's kind of interesting that it's like this one is kind of like a cult classic, like online with like a lot of people saying that it's like one of the best albums of all time. Not that it's not worthy of that, because obviously any album would be worthy of being somebody's favorite, but it's
Chronically
like,
online album. No.
but it's like, but it's like, but it's like seeing this at the top of some people's lists. It shows that it's like people feel like a love put into this craft that it's like I
Yeah.
can't see, which is well no, it's not that I can't see it, you know. It's just that it's like um how do I put it? It's like I haven't really like I'm not in it, you know. But
Hmm.
seeing it from the outside,
yeah.
yeah,
One more thing I would like to
it
say
was
is,
interesting.
uh, it's kind of or you just said interesting. It's kind of funny, but let me think. So with Milk Hotel, I knew that they released an album before, or like albums and projects before this, but they weren't as good. I haven't listened to any. I probably will listen to one soon. But then they released this album. They went on a few tours and then they stopped making music. And I watched this video on YouTube. I don't really remember it too much, but it was really unique, or not unique, but it was really cool. Like the story of Jeff Mangum, I think that's the main guy, and his process on making this album and what he did after it, or lack thereof.
Hmm.
So it kind of adds like to the
Yeah.
mystery, or not mystery, but you know.
Yeah, I think it would be definitely worth it for me to look deep, watch either a video or like look deep into like the meaning behind some of the stuff and then maybe that'll help me appreciate it more. So yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. I didn't dislike the album. It's just that it's like overall, like I I like that it wasn't boring. You know, it definitely wasn't boring because like I think like a lot of albums where I'm kind of just like think that it's like just okay or it's like even like a little mid. It's like they're mid because I think they're boring. This one was not that, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I respect. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, so I don't know if we have anything else to discuss on this album. I'm done. I don't know about you guys.
Not really.
Yeah, no,
Well, the next album
I guess.
is. Oh, sorry.
Well, no, I was gonna say that it's like the first song, King of Carrot Flowers Part One. Uh, I did like quite a bit, or like not. Well, yeah, I mean like I did like it, but it's like I feel like it had like maybe something missing, probably because it was Part One. That it's like I think could have pushed it higher, but still, I did like
Hmm.
that song, and I think also the title track. Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Well,
that's it for me.
the next album is Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone
You
Age.
can't even hear it. Oh my gosh. This album, man. This album.
Excuse me, sir. What song are you listening to?
Huh? What?
How's that guy deaf?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
Songs for the Deaf. This is great.
It's
I guess you guys can talk about it first because I know you guys.
so I do like the album. Just maybe. Just maybe.
I mean, you gave it a pretty. It was a good ranking, I guess. I
I
mean, you
give it
give
an alright ranking, I give it an alright ranking.
for
I give
context,
it
you gave it a 10 out of 10. This is so far your top album that you listened to.
album. It's only gonna so far I'm doubting if anything will get. I mean, could stuff get like real? Could stuff get higher than 10 out of 10? Like, would that be allowed?
Yeah.
If like, okay,
I
okay,
mean,
cool.
I think Ignacio was talking to me. I was asking him like that is basic. It's just like a number. It's not like a
Yeah,
full thing. Like for some albums, like the ranking is a lot higher than I would
Um,
say it would be. Sometimes.
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Rating is just a number.
yeah.
What's it called? But it's like, yeah, like I hate to break it to you guys, the viewers, the chat, but these number rankings actually don't matter that much. Like obviously, like it's kind of like a
Nothing
good
matters.
way of like it's a good way of like expressing kind of like our opinions based on like just numbers because so much of the world is run by numbers. You know, like
Numbers is a Weezer
your
song.
age,
It's a really good Weezer song, by the way.
like
Just like to put that out
like
there.
uh like your age, your bank account, uh the amount of time left until you die. You
Social
know,
security
numbers controls
number.
everything. So
What number Anthony
so
Fantano ranks their album?
yeah, so numbers are just kind of like a human made way of like putting an opinion into like
Yeah,
digits, you know. But
yeah. Mr.
um
Rivers Cuomo
but it's
dropped a crazy diss track on Numbers. You gotta listen to it. The Numbers hasn't even responded yet, and that's how good it is. Okay, guys, just to hear
wait
me
no
out.
look wait
Sorry for
look it's
cutting
like
you off, but
you know how they had like the alphabet lore a few years ago?
the
Like it
what?
was like
Oh
this
yeah.
one alphabet lore was like this like little meme like 2 years ago that like I saw like in the background but never really like looked into at all.
Mhm.
And then it's like it's been dead for like 2 years now. That meme, like it didn't last that long. As most memes don't that nowadays, but some I feel like a lot lasted longer than that one did. But at Hot Topic in these last couple months, I've seen Alphabet Lore merch, like
Dang.
figurines and plushies. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna buy that, but it's kind of interesting. It's like imagine to me like a PPAP like mystery mini like line. If that came out today, we'd be buying that. We'd be
Yeah,
buying every single box. But
we collect them all.
what
Secret
are we talking
County.
about?
Yeah,
We were talking about numbers, yeah.
we were
So
talking about
anyway,
numbers.
it's a good way of like putting like our stuff into like thoughts. So it's like an album could have like a high ranking, but like we actually like don't like it as much as like that like 9.4 album, or
Yeah,
it's like
cause
the
it's
song will,
different. Yeah,
or it's like an album will get like a 9.25, but it's like we won't like it as much as an album that it's like 9.15. It's like
yeah,
there's so many different factors that go into
Yeah.
this.
Or if we were
Also,
or if we were to rate it like on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of like what Anthony Fantano does, it might be a little bit lower, but
or might be higher. Yeah,
or higher, you know.
and then yeah, and then Nate was asking me about this when when we bring these two albums back to back, in the Airplane Over the Sea and Song for the Deaf. I put the real Song for the Deaf, the song that's basically just silence with some bumps, an 8.5, which is higher than every single song in the Airplane Over the Sea. And he said, "Do you like that like 1 or 2 minutes of silence is better than the entire album?" And I was like, "Here's the thing. I like to rate songs based on how they fit in the album.
yeah.
So it being here also like just like I love hidden tracks and it's like that's a pre-gap track. It's also kind of hidden track. So it's also get some bonus points for that too.
Hmm.
So it's like if the real song for the deaf was in the airplane over the sea, it wouldn't have an 8.5 probably, but it's just how it fits in here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like it being a pre-gap track and all that.
that's fair.
Anyway, I think this it's really funny because this album, like the whole premise is like just well, I mean like obviously it's a concept album. Well, not obviously, but it's a concept album about like driving from one town in California to another. I forgot which one it was, and then like each song is like a different radio station and a different town on the way there.
Yeah.
But and it's like the entire like album is the length of like how long it takes to get there. But it's funny because it's called Songs to Death about like the like mainstream slop that was on the radio and like just like how people that and how it's like people aren't hearing the real music on the radio. But it's funny because uh when I first listened to this album in full a couple months ago,
Hmm.
I did not what's it called? It's like I did not really like listening to No One Knows that much because every time that my dad turned on the radio, like 6, 8 years ago, like for like a year or two, like that song was like the only song that was on the radio. I do
Hmm.
not know why. Just no one knows, no one knows. So it's
That's
like it
Queens
kind
of
of got
Stone Age
like
reference, maybe.
overplayed. So it's like it kind of got like overplayed, you know? But then going back to it, it still is really good. I probably should have given it legendary, but still,
That
it's
solo,
iconic coverage.
it's so deviously haunting. It's so good.
And then, and then it's like it just close. There's even like some like orchestra kind of like things in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Things
love,
with the strings.
yeah, the drums on this sound song are so on this album are so amazing. Every hit, section. I mean, it's so. Oh man, I mean, Songs of the Dead is probably my favorite one on it. The way it just like the way Miss Mark Lanigan, who made pretty much all of my like the vocals in all of my favorite Queens of Stone Age songs, rest in peace. Like his vocals so haunting with this track, and the way it just keeps on going, and like it stops for a little bit and then just comes right back. It's just so good. Like it's never over. You know, it's amazing.
Yeah, I really like how in this album they'll stop the song and like start it back up a little bit.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me. I'm just thinking about this now. It's not really related, but kind of like how I would kind of think about it is if you're driving in a car really fast and then you like go over a hill and you're like, there's no like you don't hear any audio from this ground and then you land back down. Although they're not
Hmm.
doing this on the like it wouldn't be yeah, but or like going underneath an overpass when it's raining. Just like you can feel it coming. Wait, that you can feel it coming again, but uh, it's just so it's when it goes back, it's just insane. This is hell yeah music, bro. Like
Hell yeah, man.
It's 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 hell yeah core. Also, but like this album's really easy to get into. It's like just hearing one song. It's like the whole album's so cohesive with the way that it transitions into one another, with like
Yeah,
the little radio segments, and also like how some songs will have like the intro at the very end of the last song, but like it's not like, but it's like just listening to like either song by itself doesn't feel like you're missing anything,
yeah,
it
you know?
just flows so well into each other. I really like the
It
before
goes with the flow.
it really does, and it, I really like the intro with the one person talking before it goes into the title track "Songs for the Deaf." I forgot what the exact line
Hmm.
was. It was very
it
devious.
was songs, but you're too uh show you something that you should drop down and worship, but you're too dumb to realize that songs for the deaf. Wait, sorry, I should know this by heart. I
You call
did.
yourself
I knew
a
this.
Queens of the
A
Stone Age
song for
fan,
the
man.
deaf.
Deaf.
That is
That
for
is
you.
you.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
And also then on
And
just
then
Dave just like saying not saying good night, just saying, and then it goes into Mosquito song, which
well, before going into Mosquito Song, it goes into Feel
oh
Good
yeah,
Haha of the Summer. Ha ha
which
ha ha ha. Ha.
is pretty much the Queens of the Stone Age Rickroll. They've apparently had it, so they have the song "Feel Good Hit of the Summer" off of Rated R, that album, and they've put it on numerous album like vinyls of it, like of like past the album is played. So like randomly you might just like hear like that song, and in this version they're like laughing it. It's so cool.
Yeah, and it's like, uh, I feel like God is on the Radio is really underrated. Like it just
Yeah,
like
definitely.
like it's like just like what? It's like I thought it was like 4 minutes long, but I think it's more like 5 or 6 minutes long. And it's like the first 2 or 2.5 minutes have vocals, but then it goes into like the instrumental where it's like boom, dun, 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 boom, dun, dun,
Musical
dun,
peak,
and then
bro.
it goes up, and then it's like it keeps charging and charging, like, dun, 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 and then it goes down a little bit where it's like it like sizzles, and then it's like there's like a message that they recorded, but it's like in reverse, and it's God talking to you through the radio, and it's like a little hidden message. I forgot like what it says, and it kicks back up again for like a third like
Bro,
round.
hearing this
It's
in the
just such a
car,
good song.
like hearing nothing, and then because I listened to this in the car once,
Yeah.
and having it come back up is insane.
Yeah. It's crazy. I
Also,
sorry, you can.
I was gonna say that's funny. There's a child-friendly version of the album
Oh yeah.
without the
I'm gonna.
parental advisory, which
Bye.
it censors the bad words out with bleeps because they chose bleeps instead of silence because it would fit in more with like the whole radio aesthetic. So six shooter is just like I'll bleep your best friend. I have a you too. Six
That
shooter does.
song is just lightning. That song is lightning in a
I thought
bottle,
I would
man.
give that one
It's
worse, but
Mhm.
like listening to it, it's actually like yeah, it makes me
Yeah.
want to kill some stuff. Not real like not. It makes me want to punch a punching bag. You know.
it makes me. It gets you, bro. This album,
It makes me want to commit crimes.
Josh
No, it's
Homme
like
is
yeah.
influencing me to commit crimes. Okay.
Actually no. Nick Oliveri.
Yeah, Nick
He,
Olivia, but
he influences you to commit crimes.
no, he does a
Especially
lot. Oh my gosh, Nick
because like
Oliveri. Okay, it's probably
no
Nick.
like right it's like everything what I'm thinking in Rated R.
Yup, Radar. You got two songs. You got like, well, not two songs, but like, Tension Head. You know, like the way cheating. He's like talking about robbing from people and stuff. It's wild. This
Eating
man.
little girls, hustling little
Mean
boys.
little boy.
I need to listen to Rated R.
It's too
It's
good.
yeah, it's a
See,
ride. It's a ride.
the thing, yeah. So the thing with,
We're talking about different album.
sorry, what?
No. I think that's we're talking about different album now. Okay,
No,
yeah.
no. This is about it.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
The thing
okay.
about Radar and Quizless songs for the deaf are usually like, okay, which one do I like better? Songs for the deaf, there's every single album is so good, and I don't want to switch anything of it. Except the only and it's not even a problem because I feel like it wouldn't be as good of an album if it was switched like this. Is that there's not? I feel like it's all just like fast paced stuff. You have to be in a certain energy, but Radar kind of takes it down low and then comes like back up sometimes. It flows up and down more, which is like for songs for the deaf. I feel like it's kind of the purpose just to have that like obviously there's some slower
Yeah.
stuff, but like I feel like that's kind of the purpose of that.
Yeah, that is something that I noticed too. It's
Obviously, and
like
then yeah.
the only times they slow it down are for the real song, for the Deaf Mosquito song, which are like on the
Yeah,
opposite ends, and like one isn't even like really part of the track.
yeah. What was I was gonna say something. I guess not. Um,
I guess I
I
knew you.
guess
Sorry.
no, I guess I could say that for last. You can go.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about. I know Oliver talked about it. I was just gonna talk about my favorite song on this album that I listened to, and that was "The Sky's Fallen." I really, it so it repeats a lot, but I feel like it
Nate,
changes.
we can't hear you.
Wait, what?
No, go.
I don't know what how much was cut out, but my favorite song from this album is "The Sky's Fallen." It's so devious, and it kind of reminds me the drums and like the way that they just hit is kind of like the like one from Metallica, just how hard and just how good it sounds, so good, and the way it like stops, slows down, and then there's like I think the bridge is I really enjoy the bridge going up. I haven't listened to the song in a while, so but I it's just so that's like the
This,
end of the world song. That
yeah,
it's
this used to be my least
Yeah,
favorite, but now, I mean, everything's amazing. So what can I say? I'm gonna leave you. I'm sorry. Like I still gave this one high, but I'm gonna apologize because yeah, that one else, like I get it now, and
I love.
everything.
Yeah,
I mean, it's already a 10 out of 10, so it's like if me putting it up would just,
I think
but
it was
still.
nine before. I think it was nine before all of it.
Okay.
on your ranking.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
was saying
but
album's already 10 out of 10, but like, so me,
oh
yeah.
yeah. Well, uh, The Sky is Falling for me, like it does sound really good, like it does have like a really cool vibe to it, especially with like the whole like world ending, Sky falling. But I feel like the riff is really repetitive for like a 6 minute long song with the
I think
it's like
it's,
hammering into your
I,
ears.
I like that.
Like
I mean, I like everything.
I feel like it's a little overbearing, like not like unlikable or even like anywhere near unlistenable. But like I still really like the song. I just feel like I don't even know what could be done different about it. I,
Yeah, but
and it's
that,
like I don't think it has to be different, but you know.
Yeah.
I like when it goes like that has drained my life so low. It's so,
Yeah.
bro. Josh Holmes' thing is amazing, man. Like, gets that high pitch, not even like yeah, like higher stuff. It's amazing, man.
Well, I don't know what you were gonna say, dude. I guess you could bring it up. I was gonna talk about one more song, or ask everybody about the song, but I don't know what you were gonna say before.
Well, I was gonna go off all I was gonna go off what Oliver said about "I'm Gonna Leave You" because that one was like the first because like songs don't always stick out to me on first listen of albums. Uh, the songs that unless I've heard them before hearing the album, of course. And "I'm Gonna Leave You" was a song that stood out to me on first listen. Just like which is like these two thought was crazy. They called me insane for liking "Gonna Leave You." That like putting it in like the top five
Uh-huh.
or
Yeah.
like in legendary. I put it above Song for the Dead, which might have been a mistake, but it's just like it just hits like it's like it hits so hard with like the way that it's like it's almost like the instrumental sounds like the world moving really fast, and it's like the vocals are like you like floating above it, like looking down on it, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's like yeah, and it's like the whole like softly spoken but still extremely bitter, hard hitting like lines of like no more pictures, we ain't friends, and then the final line where it's like he's been saying I'm gonna leave you for like half a minute, and then
Mhm.
ends the song off with "I'm gonna leave. I don't need you." It's just
Yeah, it's
it hits
amazing.
insanely hard. Like it's
Bro,
yeah,
this
really good.
I mean, I respect Sam so much. I mean, as I said, Queen of Stone Age is probably my favorite band now. Going through their albums, it's crazy. It's been a journey. It's been a journey.
So the one song before we go to the next one is I was gonna ask you guys about Hanging Tree because I know Egg Dude you have it at the lowest in your album.
I was gonna yeah,
Yeah, I
I was
really
gonna address the
okay.
allegations.
I'm alligating you right now. But explain your reasoning behind having Hanging Tree at 15.
You're an alligator, and I'm the no, I'm an alligator. You're the alligating, or yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Um, Hanging Tree. In the beginning, I liked it about as much as the other songs. It's pretty good. Or like, really good. But then after listening to it more, I feel like there are other songs in the album that have the same kind of like vibe, but just do it better. Like, this one kind of feels like it's like tracing old ground with like, and it's like it is kind of repetitive. Like I feel like it repeats partway through. Like, isn't it like? No, it's like I feel like the chorus is like most of the song and it happens twice, and it's just like the instrumental doesn't. Well, no, it does stick out. Like it's like I do still like it. Like it does kind of have this almost like lone dying tree in the middle of fall kind of vibe.
And
But it's like I feel like it's like after listening to the album a lot more, um, it kind of stood out less and less, or it stood out more for standing out less, I guess.
okay, yeah. I mean, this one is one. I mean, again, Mark, this is top three in my album. Like third favorite. What's my second favorite? I forgot what it was. Oh, another love song. Actually, I feel like I would probably put it over above another love song now, but just the way it's like, can you see my like Mark Lanigan? He's so just Mark Lanigan is so good, and the kind of like it sounds like like the little like crazy like guitar like high pitched thing sounds like a thing like for there's like a line that's like on fire and it's like spiraling like sparkling kind of it's so crazy like it's amazing, man. It just sounds
Yes.
wrong but it sounds so good.
And the hanging tree swaying in the breeze in the summer sun as we two are one. And then I like the sway.
Yeah, it's
And then.
so so good. But that's your opinion. Um,
It's still good. It's the only good level song in the album. That's the lowest one. Like that's
yeah,
still really, like
Yeah.
yeah,
I think like this. It's like this objectively, I feel like is one of the best albums of all time. Like when people were
yeah,
talking
most
about the
definitely.
like Apple Music 100, like top 100 albums of all time, it's like, oh, why isn't this there? Or like, this is my list. Like songs for the deaf should be on there. Like it should
Most
definitely be
definitely.
on there.
Yeah, I don't. It's not really talked about that much.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like
weirdly enough, yeah.
yeah, I feel like more people would even talk about like. I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about like Clockwork even more. I guess maybe because that's newer now, but still.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if we're done talking about songs for the deaf, we can go into the next album, which is "Sour" by Olivia Rodrigo, her debut.
So Queen, so Queen.
Settle down there, bud. Settle down there.
Wow, I need to find it. See if I still have my
No,
See?
no,
profile
no,
picture.
Oh yeah, got it, got it, got it.
no. But she hashtags plays. We've been over this.
For real, bro.
Hang on a second. I gotta find my. Wait on a second.
Mm. Yes, yes, yes. Mm. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
yeah, yeah.
there it is.
The thing.
Bro, I look like a Metallica member.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's
We look.
go. We got it.
There she is. She's
That is, oh, look at that. That guy's a Chad. Absolute Chad. Look at that man. Awesome. Anyways, moving on, but moving on to the same album that we're gonna be talking about. But see, I actually like after maybe I don't maybe my taste has changed, but I remember liking this album like before we did the ranking, but I feel like I started liking it a little bit less. Like I will re-listening to it for doing the ranking. Maybe because I feel like they sound how do I say this? They got old quick for me, but I still rated them high. But I don't really like. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times the songs sound decently the same, and some of my favorite ones are the ones that do switch it up a bit.
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah.
listening
I
to it
agree. Yeah.
again, like I mean like I listened to all his stuff, which is basically just like
Two.
two albums a few months ago. And it's like I did like Guts more back then, but now uh just listening to Sour again, uh I still liked it about it as much. I don't think my memory can change that much. I feel like Favorite Crime is going up a bit though, like that one I feel like is really
Mm-hmm.
underrated. But hearing just a few songs from Guts, I feel like it's like Guts is like growing more, while this one is staying at like a steady level.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but I kind of talked about it a bit in my YouTube comment on this one. Uh, but yeah, it's always interesting, like seeing like, oh yeah, these artists like got their big break at 17. Alex Turner wrote all this. Lord was the Lord was the producer for like the Hunger Games like 3
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack. Like um all this like great stuff. And it's like, wow, that happened like that long ago. But then now I'm a teenager, and then Disney Channel star Olivia Rodrigo makes record-breaking album at 17, and I'm like, wow, we're
Mm-hmm.
like not the same age, but like from the same like generation. You know what I mean? So it's really
Uh-huh.
interesting, especially because this album it just sounds really nostalgic from like the like point of view of it being like I know that it's like she gets like a lot of like flack for like copying artists and stuff like that, and it's like I can see where they're coming from with that, but at the same time, all the songs sound like all of her songs sound have like a bit of like a twinge. Is that the right word? Twinge of like
Yeah.
nostalgia, because like I can hear the influence of songs that like she's into growing up, which I've also heard growing up because we like grew up in like a similar era, you know.
Yeah.
So so like that's really interesting to me, and it's like makes this album like a good like comfort album, you know. It's like
Mhm.
vanilla ice cream, you know. It's like you're not always gonna go back to it, but you're always gonna like it when you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which people say that it's like vanilla ice cream is like a bad thing. Like,
I
oh, this is so
freaking love
vanilla.
vanilla ice cream, bro. See, vanilla ice cream
Yeah,
is way
yeah,
better than
I know you
chocolate.
do.
Okay, I don't know. I just like.
I have no
Okay, okay,
problem with that. I have no
hold
problem
Okay,
with that. I
no,
like to add that. I have no problem with
it's the
that.
base for all
It's
flavors,
on.
so
though.
good. It's really good.
No,
I
not
think
base
I
for all
usually
flavors, but it's like the there's like the pyramid. It's on the
they
lowest
already
level, bro.
perfect. You got to get the base, and they perfected the base. Now it's just adding on to that. You know, that's just what it
Mhm.
is. They've already perfected it, so they're just doing what they can now. Anyways,
Yeah. Um, let's talk about brutal.
bro, I love.
The
Wait,
intro is really like it's really or not. Not. How do I what word would I use to describe it? Like maybe like harsh. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. Not harsh.
I feel like this song sets the stage really well for a lot of things. The album kind of like well, the themes of the album and also like Guts too, because it's like Guts is like a lot or like it's like half like kind of rock songs. Well, this
mm-hmm.
one, the only like rock like songs are Brutal and Good for You. And I guess well no not Jealousy Jealousy. I guess maybe I Hope You're Okay is kind of rock-ish too.
Mm-hmm.
But um but it's like the way it starts with like the soft violins, which kind of is like more of what this album is like, and then going into like that like what's mostly rock, and also just the lines of like all I did was try my best. That's the kind of things I get.
Yes.
Like
So this
just
Bruto's probably the one with like my opinion the best lyrics off this album. I'd say. I don't know. I think they're just really good.
because this album came out in 2021. Um uh you know, it's like it was like the height of like the pandemic and all that and like lockdowns and uh I think she even said that it's like this was kind of like made for the teenagers growing up in this time or like going through this time like to kind of like deal with all these emotions that it's like older people or like any people are like telling teenagers to like not have because it's cringe. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like yeah, you'll feel sour, just let it out. And brutal's
Mm-hmm.
like a perfect way to like start, like kick all that off. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. And then um also this is one of the more this probably maybe besides Good for You, but probably the most popular one on the album. But Driver's License is so good. It's it's just yeah. I don't relate to the feeling yet, but I if I did, I gave it I think a 9.5 or a 10. I forgot. But if I did, it's easy. It's easily would be a legendary. It's just this her singing and the whole yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I think I agree with you on that because it's like listening to it now, it was kind of like yeah, you know, this is really good, but it's like listening to it a few months ago, like the bridge just brings you to your knees. Like the bridge where it's like the almost like not a cappella, what is it? Like the almost like choir, choir. The like choir sounding like bridge where it's like she's like, but I still love you. You know, like that. It's like just the way it all like it's just like it melts you. It's like it's like it brings you to your knees and then it melts you into the floor. You're just so like it's so like it's so you know it's so
Yeah. I'm and then I'm also a big fan the Deja Vu. Then I love the
that was really good.
I'm not sure obviously it's probably some sort of synth thing, but the I think that's one of like the coolest parts of this album was actually like that one thing. Is just I think it
Yeah.
sounds so interesting. Um.
And also, I kind of want to talk about um, "Hope You're Okay" a little bit. I don't know what you guys can just, we can
Yeah.
talk about other
Oh
songs
yeah,
too,
this
but
one's really good.
I listening to it like the first time, like "Hope You're Okay" was amazing. I think I have it at one. I have it higher than "Driver's License" right now. The lyrics, it just yeah, it it kind of took a slightly different turn. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great closing track. Um, like just hoping, yeah. I don't. I haven't really put much thought into like what to talk about during or talk about for this song, but I really enjoy it as a closing track, and it kind of takes a different, more. I mean, the whole album's kind of like kind of saddish, or not sad, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like it's called Sour, and it's like there's all these songs about like being like about like just feeling like bitter about it's like the world doing you wrong. It's like brutal is like, oh hey, I'm a teenager, why are you like being mad at me for just being me? And then like like there's a lot of breakup songs in here, of course. People talk about that a lot. But it's not all that. And then uh it's not all just breakup songs because then there's jealousy with the like comparing yourself to others like metric.
Mhm.
And then after you get through all that sour stuff, then the closing track. I feel like it's a really sweet way to end the hour. The hour. I'm so cooked. It's a really it's a really sweet way
You're
to
good.
end. It's a it's a really sweet way to end the album. Like it's one of the biggest albums, definitely of the decade. Probably gonna be like the biggest album of the decade. Um, but just ending it off with like a song, hoping that it's like her friends are like okay, even though she doesn't know where they are now. Like it's just like
Mhm.
it's going through all, you know, it's like eating candy. It's like eating sour candy. You get through all the sour, and at the very end, there's like a small bit of sweetness.
Mhm.
Even though it's still bittersweet,
Yeah.
just because it's like it is so pretty sad. Also, I feel like this also this sounds kind of like I feel like it sounded a lot like songs from Nevermind. Like I could hear parts of like "Come as You Are" and "Lithium," and maybe even
Mhm.
"Something in the Way" in the instrumental.
Mhm.
With the way that it's like the guitars sound like they're like underwater.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's pretty interesting.
I guess
Um,
I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else on this one, or we could go to the next one.
I was
No.
gonna say that
Let's
I
see.
feel like every song, I wanted to give every song good because every song did just feel good. But it's like, enough for you. Uh, I do like it. It's like I like what it's about. At first, I didn't like it that much because it's like it felt like a bit too like what's the word? Uh, it felt a bit too like whiny. But then again, that is the point. The whole point is realizing kind of like just that it's like the problem probably was you.
Yeah.
Um, but even then, this is one of two acoustic songs on the album, and this is the first of the two that appears. And after "Good for You," it just was kind of like really like a drastic shift.
Mhm.
So it's like I gave like the highest of okays. It's like basically it's like where it's like at the edge of being okay and good. It's like it's at the very top of that, and it's like I do still like it, but it is still okay. But then it's like I felt bad reading this because it's reading this because it's like her notes about like writing each song, and it's like it talked about like that one being like your favorites to write, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh,
So I haven't read it yet. Fake fan. I
What?
know.
Nah.
Or did I? Actually, I don't remember. I think I'm kind of blanking.
You probably
But
should though. It's peak fiction, right? Or
like
nonfiction.
like look,
the best nonfiction book of the decade. It's the best.
yeah, and also
I got the gist of it
yeah,
now. Yep. Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
also flip, just even like a flip book animation. Like look, it's like if you flip through it, it's like that butterfly flaps its
I
wings.
didn't even know
I
that.
didn't even know all that. See,
And
Yeah, look, that's cool. That's
and yeah, I just want to add one more thing for like enough for you. I feel like I enjoy the one step forward, three steps back. I think that one's acoustic, right? That's the other acoustic one.
Um, wait, oh, wait, no, well then there's three then because I was thinking of favorite crime, but one step forward, three steps back is also
I
yeah.
just feel like the it doesn't change it too much, like the guitar, and there's not much. It feels more just chords. I could be wrong, and there could be more stuff to it, but I feel like it was just a little bit more boring compared to the other ones. I mean, I still gave it.
it's not acoustic. It's piano. It's just piano.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah, maybe yeah. I guess I was remembering it wrong, but yeah. Either way, it was it. It still, I still liked it, but I like the other ones more. I guess one more thing. This was
I
my.
kind of
Sorry,
yeah.
you can go.
No, I was gonna say that in one step forward, three steps back. I forgot about it. Uh, in the intro, I like how the it's like it almost like emits this feeling, almost like no, it's like you know how it's like in the Lego Batman movie when it's like Batman comes back to the like the Batcave and it's like all and it's like uh his Bat computer is like put on like parental lock and then it's like Alfred tells him to like take care of his son and then it's like in the score it has this sort of like sound. Well, that sound it reminds me a lot of well, I mean like it doesn't sound super similar, but just the feeling it emits is like really similar to the intro to One Step Forward, Three Steps Back for some reason. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like and it's like I just love that feeling
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what's? I felt like I was gonna say something, but I guess not.
Or I guess the last thing I want to show is this was this was my profile picture
Oh yeah.
for like a month or two on Discord.
Peak, bro. That was peak.
See, I'm that's me.
Yup, that is you.
You see me? I was actually
That
there.
was you were there. You were there. You were there.
Yeah.
They're hating what you up now.
Yep. Well, I don't know if you guys have anything else to talk about, but the next album.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
actually, one last thing. Uh, Miss Olivia, please, if you're watching this, uh, we would like to start making music. Please collab with us. We
Yeah.
would
And
love to have
invite
you
us
as
to
like
the
a
next
feature.
Guts tour.
Yeah. The next tour. Also,
We gotta
when is
make
the
this a
Guts Build
short,
CD
and then it
coming
gets
up?
popular, and then you invite us to the next Guts tour, guys.
Yeah. Also, when is the Guts Build CD coming out? Please,
Yup.
I'm waiting.
We need it.
But yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, the next album is "Suck It and See" by the Arctic Monkeys. Very summer album. Yeah.
This is
Um,
literally just summer in a bottle.
I would say this is a summer album. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know when I first listened to this album, but I remember thinking I didn't like it that much. But re-listening to it, a lot of the songs were a lot better than I remembered, and one of the songs that stood out a lot was Black Treacle. It just, yeah, I really enjoyed Black Treacle and like the. It was I don't know how to describe it. It was very like kind of like a summer night feel. Um, I don't know. This whole album is like you guys were saying is like feels it just encapsulates summer, and it was really enjoyable, especially listening to it again.
Yeah. Um, the interesting thing about this album is just like I feel like the problem with this album, well, there's two problems. Although one isn't really like a problem. It's just like you can only it's like you can only listen to it during the summer. Like just listening to it during any other time of the year just feels really wrong.
So you
You
see,
know,
I listened to
like
this album a lot throughout the year, so that doesn't. I kind of. I wasn't even thinking about that, man. But I don't have. Obviously, I understand it's completely a summer album, but I don't really have that thing anymore because I've already done that. Listened to it a lot in like other times of the year. I
I
mean,
mean,
it was
I
mainly in the
listened
spring
to
though, so still decently. I feel like spring too could also, yeah, late spring, I guess. I don't know.
I listened to a few of the songs throughout the year, but I tried not to. And just on the first day of summer, just getting home from work and like putting this CD on, it was like the amount of euphoria that I felt needs to be documented. Like it was just so like it's like my entire like body was like let free from the inside out. I was like, it just felt so. Anyway, my other problem with this album is the absolute whiplash you get between the different types of songs on here. Like
Yeah.
going from Brick by Brick to How Can Single Shalala to Don't Down to the Future. Like they're just so different going back to back. Because this song has some like I was considered like best like poetry, like romantic sort of like lines, especially in the back half
Mhm.
of the album. But then like in the first half, especially like, in the middle a little bit, although it kind of like evens out there. Um, there's a lot of songs that they've made and like they've gone on record saying that it's like they just wanted to make songs where it's like the lyrics had no meaning. So having
Hmm.
songs the lyrics have no meaning, it's just hard rock versus like the softer like ballads with like super romantic and deep like poetry just in the same album is like I mean like in the middle it kind of like balances out don't sit down with your chair and then library pictures are both just, like hard rocking songs
Hmm.
and then all my own stunts is also like hard rocking but like a little bit softer and
Yeah.
then it goes into like it kind of levels out into like the like softer side
Yeah,
in the
all
end.
my own stunts has been really growing on me recently. I love how like
The
it
riff is
switches up.
amazing.
Like it's probably my favorite, and also the solo, like the like like I was sleeping on the song, but I think this song is this opening with having that little it's so good. Like oh he's gone,
Yeah.
and that riff is just it's not that crazy of a riff, but it hits.
Uh, yeah, it's like especially like in the opening where it's like they're trying to like organize almost, and then it's like they just come together. Like it sounds like it's like multiple guitars going
Yeah,
with the same
yeah,
time.
I was looking
Like,
trying to play that on guitar and exactly is that. So Jamie Cook, okay, so Jamie Cook's doing 3, mute the second one, and then he's doing 5, okay? And then Mr. Alex Sher, he's doing 9, mute the top string, mute top string. No, I'm just gonna shut up.
Oh man.
And then Nick O'Malley's doing 3 3, like 3 3 3 3 2 2 2 2 2 3 3. It yeah. And then I don't know. Matt Halder's just Matt Haldering, you know.
also, this song features Josh Homme.
What? I feel like
I
you've
told you
told
this
me this
before.
before. I do
I
not
told you
remember
this
that.
before. He he does backing vocals. I don't know if he does any guitar work. He just does backing vocals.
Yeah. Let me try to hear it.
Yeah, look, backing vocals on track 7, which is All My Own Stunts by Joshua Hom.
Dang.
Also, I just want to talk about this like peak packaging.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
S-DNA to cuss. East DNA to cuss.
Yeah, and then just like on the inside, it's Matt Helder's wearing like roller skates and like uh helmet inside. Um, yeah, but it's it's so messed up because the title track, "Suck It and See," it's such a beautiful romantic song. Like just like in the first half, it's like okay, it sounds like another song on this album, really good. But then it gets to the second half with the you or like no, it's the ooh. And then after that point, it's just like it's so beautiful. The problem is that being American, you can't put a song on called Suck It and See with lyrics about sucking and seeing without explaining the context. And on top of that, all these lines about the like you're rarer than a can of dandelion and burdock, like that's a British thing. So it's like it's all these really romantic lines, but being American, it's like you
British.
can't. But like
It's
this
not
song,
American enough.
like the whole album, but this song especially, which makes sense because the title track, so they did a good job with picking all that out. But this song in particular, just it sounds like the type of song that you'd lie down on like a front lawn on like a warm summer night with a girl, the girl, and just like have that song on it, and it's like just like look up at the stars or each other, and it's just like so beautiful. But
Mm-hmm.
again, uh, since you're an Arctic Monkeys fan, nerd, and Arctic Monkey's nerd, and she's not. She's just confused why they're talking about sucking and seeing and dandelion and Rudolph. You know
See,
what I mean?
pretty much,
Actually,
in British, in British people, when British people do British things, okay, they say suck it and see it because they're British, and because they're British, they say you know, yeah.
Well, no, but it's kind of like those people that say like, oh yeah, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. You know that?
eh,
Well, first of all, that's a really bad way of like going about life.
yeah,
It just shows that you're like not a good person. But it's like, but but putting my own spin on it, it's like if you can't handle me at my Yap Fest, then you can't handle anything else, whatever else there is.
If you ain't ready to go to Yap Fest town with me, then you ain't ready.
If you aren't, if, if you aren't ready to honeymoon in Massachusetts,
Yeah, but jeez.
then we have no future. Um, yeah, but just Hellcat Sprinkled Shalala is such a really, really good song, really underrated. Um, Also, I love songs that have like hurricane metaphors, and like just the song being like about a liar, and it's like her being in the eye of the storm with like being that close. It's like it's really good like visualizing and like
hmm
sticking with the summer theme,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
okay. Yeah, real quick, a song that I recommend called "Eye of the Hurricane." It's by a person named Kyle Craft. It's a really good song. I was listening to it earlier today. I'd recommend both you two, and then anybody listening to this album if they're still here through our Yap Fest.
cool.
Um,
I'll have to check that one out.
what else was I saying? Uh, I don't know if you want to talk about She's Thunderstorm with me, Oliver,
Um,
but as an opening track, it's really really good. Like just like the first thing you hear as soon as you put on the album is do na 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 na. It just sounds like
yeah,
that that sound that sound sounds like falling in love. Like that's just what like forming a crush, developing affection like that
and
feels
in
like.
so in the chorus
And
when it
it's
goes
just
7-7. No, okay, no.
and then the metaphor for like just like it being hot outside and it's like just seeing this girl is like enough to like fool you off. Like I've had an experience like that where it's like where it's like I seriously felt like I was going delirious in the heat. And then there's the girl that just like seeing her like just like made the entire like room like my entire body just chill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a thunderstorm in the summer. But really, really good. Like it's just like his writing on this like just always, but you know. If you know, you know. It's Alex Turner. Also,
Yep.
his vocals are really, really underrated in this album too.
Oh, that's
It's some of his
remind
best.
me. I won't talk
Anyway,
about that now because this thing podcast is coming along. But what? So is that um? I don't know. Also, Black Chico, I'm a big fan of. Sounds like summer.
yeah.
I feel like this is
Yeah.
most for me in my opinion the most summer sounding. Night summer, I'd say. Um, I'd say that's probably at
I have one
least
more
for
song I want to
me.
talk about.
Okay.
I, I know I keep saying that songs from this album are underrated because they are, but even like in the Arctic Monkeys fan community, one of the most underrated songs ever, probably like a top three Arctic Monkey song for me, is Breakfast Serenade. The
Oh yeah,
lyrics are
definitely.
all perfect,
It's
but
short but really good.
it's like yeah, and then it's just two of like his best lines like back to back, and the way it sounds with the bass, and like it just sounds so like poppy with the drums coming in, and then like it's just the message or like the story of like not knowing what to do with like your feelings for someone because it's like you're not sure how it'll end up, and still not really having an answer by the end.
I,
It's just a really
yeah,
good yeah.
I like the I left my message. Okay, for some reason the song is not shown as an explicit song on Spotify, which whenever they say the F word, they has to. But on
Spotify.
this what?
This is why you
Yeah,
should switch
and
to.
on this song he says, "But did he F get back to me?" Unless that's a lyric mishap. That's actually what it says,
No,
but
No, he does say that, yeah.
Yeah. Um.
But it's like
Spotify is poisoning the youth.
just two of my favorite.
I'm happy to be poisoned by it.
You're sipping on straight chlorine, as they say.
Yup.
That beat is
Gotta,
incredible.
could we segue? Are you done? Could we segue to that?
That's okay. Well, first of all, I'm not
Oh.
done. Second
Oh,
of
bro,
all,
it's not even the next
second of
album.
all,
Wait, not.
it's not
Wait,
even
No,
the
we
what?
next
have
album.
Oracular Spectacular.
Miraculous Spectacular. What's it called? But just Reckless Serenade, I was gonna say some of my favorite lyrics by Alex Turner, and also ever. Just like uh, what was it? The type of kisses where teeth collide, when she laughs that the heavens hum, a stun gun lullaby. Like, I don't know if anyone else has a feeling, but like I feel like there's no better sound in the world than hearing someone, or I guess the girl you like, laugh. Even if you know that it's like a bad laugh, or a bad laugh, or like an obnoxious laugh. Like it's just like the best sound ever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean fully, but I think I would.
Oliver, what do you
I kind of understand.
Oliver? Please,
He's
am
been
I
pointing
the
at
only
Weezer
one?
this
Am I
whole
the only one?
time, bro.
Am
Rivers
I the
Kumos knows what to say. River Kumo knows everything.
Nasi was like going crazy with
Yeah,
his.
just
I'm just here for the ride, man.
no.
I'm just here
But
for the
this
ride.
is no. But this. But it's like that line hits straight because like literally like just that like
Yep.
it's just so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm the only one. Fine,
No,
maybe from
I
on.
could
You'll be
understand.
fine.
I just haven't like fully experienced that yet. Oh shit, my pick.
Getting deep with Hancho, right?
Beef starts when Oliver starts pointing at Weezer while Ignacio is.
Nah, man. Rivers Kumo's deep. Wait, no, wait.
Just
No.
move on. Just move on.
Bro can't go one day
Put
without
my
talking
fries in
about
the
Weezer,
bag,
bro.
as we kids say. Just my, just my, I put my fries in the bag or whatever you kids say.
Put my fries in the bag. Just talk about the next album, little bro.
Young Unk and Neff are beefing now. All right. This we're going too far off of on it.
Yeah, I think I don't know what's even happening anymore.
It's 12:58 a.m. in the morning right now.
Yeah, it's past our
I should have had a
bedtimes, I
coffee.
think.
I should have had a coffee before getting in here.
Bruh.
It's warm. But my hair looks so good. I belong in Metallica with this hair. For real.
Yeah.
Nate, pull up a picture. Nate, pull up a picture of Metallica on the editing
I
thing.
know.
Bro.
Wait.
No, I'll set it on Discord. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Wait. Look at that. Look at that. I literally belong. I literally belong.
I need to minimize the window, man.
I don't care. I literally belong. I
You
belong.
too, bro. You too.
I belong. Anyways, let's just move on because we're taking too much time. Okay.
Oracular,
Oh, wait.
spectacular. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say that, Nate. I thought that it's like you wanted to talk about. That's where you're wrong. Uh, Unless you didn't, but it's like you messaged about it earlier about like that's where you're wrong, and it's like just wanted to ask about why, or like what we thought
Oh
of it.
yeah. Why? My question was why do you guys both have that's where you're long lower. Personally
Be
really
honest,
liked it.
I don't know.
It's just like
That's fair.
um, I don't fully understand the lyrics on this one, which is rare for an Arctic Monkey song for me. It's like I kind of get it, like the feeling. It's like even I don't think anybody really like gets like fully understands it either. Like each time I try looking at Genius, it's like it just says it's a song about love. That's all it says. But also but just the way it sounds and like it's like it sounds like a closing track, you know what I mean? But like and like it does fit in, but it doesn't stand out that
Mm-hmm.
much, you know? Like that being said, like I'll still belt out every single lyric when it comes on, you know what I mean? But like just yeah, I don't know. Like it's good, but not good enough to be in the good level, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not with the cool kids. It's a little
Ain't
basic, I
sitting at
guess.
the table.
Yeah.
But still, you know,
Yeah.
like
I can see that. Yeah. Speaking of kids, Oracular Spectacular, MGMT.
There we go. Yeah, this album. Okay, so this album. So, listening to this album first listen, I was like, okay, it's all right, but at this point, I didn't really ever. Okay, Electric Feel, I've never been the big fan of, which is my hottest take. It's not even because it's overplayed. I didn't even hear it that much. Kids, Kids is a good song, but I that's one that I've heard way too much, and I didn't really enjoy it while listening to the album that much. But Time to Pretend still I love that one as much as I ever did.
Same.
Then Weekend Wars and the Youth are really big fans, but all the other ones I was like, okay, it's all right. But after listening to this album some more, the all the nostalgia stuff, I don't. It's so like it's so good. Like it's like completely clicked for me. And I think my rating I would say the exact same pretty much. But of Moons and Birds when like it has like the like Catch a Monster. We make a movie. Said Timbaland, it's and it's like communication scenes by the ocean, and it goes into this long thing, and at the end has like some like dissonant like vocals that you can kind of like hardly hear in the background.
Yeah, they hit
And
it.
then
Yeah, sorry.
Pieces of White, like that just sounds just like I'm trying to think of it, but it's like something that like it ain't coming together. Okay, something ain't coming together. Okay.
I
And
feel
it
like
was like it's been gone for a long time and it ain't coming back, you know.
I really like Pieces of What. I think there was something missing from it being like legendary for me. I'm not sure what it is, and I can't really put it into words. I thought it was really good though. But this album just encapsulate that feeling of nostalgia and being a kid like so perfectly, and it's kind of crazy. I know, Ignacio, you commented this on the video, but a lot of these songs are nostalgic for us, and like they're from like hits from like 2010, and it's kind of funny how
Hmm.
that's it. It's this is a song about nostalgia, and there's nostalgic songs on this album from when we listened to it when we were younger.
And yeah, yeah, it's like I talked about this earlier in this podcast with Someday on this Sit, where it's like songs about like time and time passing and like coming of age, being nostalgic, and like hearing it when you're older. It's just really fitting,
Mhm.
which is what this album is.
Yeah. Um, Time to Pretend. Like Time to Pretend is just like this is what kind of drew me in. This was our order for picking albums is like we go H.O.N, so Ignacio, Oliver, and then me. So we each pick an album, and then we'll do like some recommendation ones or other ones we want to do on the side. And Time to Pretend. So this was my pick. I know we all like really like this album, but the reason why I picked it was because of Time to Pretend and Kids too, and also Electric Feel because that one's popular, even though it's not like top for me on the album. But Time to Pretend is amazing. Like
It's just like yeah, it's just like it's kind of just pure acceptance of not doing apparently like doing what you're supposed to do, you know.
yeah,
Then also the Youth. Also, I feel like it's also a very good song like that too. And I love the string section when like they keep on repeating the Youth and it goes with like the strings and then like it has like this beautiful
yeah,
ending.
I I have a story about The Youth. Basically, it's like The Youth was one of the songs that it's like I liked that I hadn't heard yet off the album. Well, when I first started like listening to the album for this ranking. Um, but then I think my last time to listen to the album in full, uh, The Youth came on. But like I had just gotten home from work, and I just put it in, and it's like I just put it on, and it's like I was outside with my dog, and during the first chorus where it's like he says the youth is starting to change, like I look up and there's like birds like flying over my head, and there's like a sunset, and the clouds look all magical. It's like I was like, this is beautiful. It almost makes me feel like just like like aging is okay. Like it
Hmm.
almost feels like time is moving at like an okay pace. Like it's like it was the most magical moment of like the year. Just like when it's like it goes into the chorus with the higher pitched views starting to change and the birds flying overhead with like that sunset. It was crazy.
yeah. Um, Another song when I first listened to this, that really stood out to me was fourth dimension transition. I don't know. I haven't listened to the song a little bit, so I can't really explain how it goes. Wait. Oh, you're not frozen. So you're just standing really still. Um, but
I'm
I don't
just
know
yeah.
how to explain it. But just the end part, like it going in from I need to listen to that. I listen to that song a lot of times, but I can't really like describe the like recalling it. I can't really describe how it goes. But it was just
This is one with the crazy instrumental,
I know, and it
right? With the boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom,
I
it hit it like it
boom,
was just
boom, boom.
made me had
yeah, I also
goosebumps,
this song
man.
would be up for me. Did I put at the bottom? Is that the one I put at the bottom?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, my bad, yo. I don't know if it would actually change though, but still, it's still really good. So
Yeah, this
next
was one of the more
album,
recent ones we did. Well,
yeah.
I want to say a few more things. Seasons of What I just really like. Well, I like when he says pieces of what, but I also like in the end when it's like it goes into like into like the like orchestra like string section with the
yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah.
definitely.
Also, Electric Feel, probably my top. I was kind of like side by side with like Time to Pretend, but then it's like just, but then it's like just listening to it, I was like, yeah, like this song is like pure serotonin. It's like pure happiness, like and like and like just like the way it's just so
The
it's
Time to Pretend.
No Electric Feel.
Oh, sorry.
Electric Feel, and then it's like when it goes into like right, it's like right before the chorus where it's like she's gonna show me how to swim, and then like thump, 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 thump.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes into the
I said,
like
"Ooh,
it's just
girl." Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's like it's just it's pure serotonin. It's like it's literally electric. It's like it's in my veins when I listen to it.
yeah. I'm trying to think of what the other ones
I
are.
don't know why Oliver looks funny. I don't know why Oliver looks funny to me right now. I'm
My
just
hair's
kidding.
messed up, bro. See, now strand. No, we're just gonna tuck it away. No.
I'm messed up. I'm like getting chubby. The next and final album for this podcast is French by 21 Pilots.
So, yeah, this album first listened to, I really liked it. So, thing is, I wasn't really a big fan of some of his rapping. I I don't know that's probably just me. Or like that's just my personal taste. I
No, I,
think
I agree. Yeah,
not that it's not like no one else agrees with that, but not I don't I feel because I feel really bad saying this because I it's but it did give me some NF vibes, but not.
yeah.
The thing is, the NF is so his okay. The background like beats and like not really beats 'cause, like pretty much live like stuff, but like the instrumentals in this album are so good and like um and also the choruses like I love them like that's they have amazing choruses like the way that morph is just like
I want to morph into someone
it's
else.
so kind of funky. This has a real like really funky but so good and also the lyrics are so like really good. What else I was gonna say?
Like I really enjoy the instrumental on Levitate, but I don't like the rapping too much. I don't know, like what you said about
Yeah. I
it's
don't
like a
like the
sour
cowards
taste in
only
my mouth.
come through when the hours elite. I don't like the mind you part
Yeah,
personally.
but the
Um,
instrumental is really good, and I think really love like the first half, like a like around neon until like neon gravestones. Like after I really like the after. There's like a lot of songs. There's few songs after that I like a lot, but the first half I thought was really good in terms of like the instrumental. I felt like it was very maybe not like experimental, but it just or kind of experimental, but it it was just worked
yeah,
or not worked, but like the other parts worked, but it was I feel like they're more it was more out there, you know.
yeah. Um, and then a song that I didn't think like it. I feel like because I didn't like the rapping some of the other parts, I feel like I wouldn't like this song, but I do, and that's Nico and the Niners. Like obviously, I know there's a lot of lore that I'm not. I don't really know, and I don't really care too much to like dive that deep into. Like, I feel it would be cool to know a little bit about it, but
Yeah. I have a story, which you two know already. But basically, I was getting uh a gift card to a record store to this guy. I don't know if I'm pointing at the right guy, but
Yeah, you are.
the Mr. Den Alpha over here, you know, Alfie. I was trying to get him a gift card to a record store. Um, and it's like I think it's closed because I see it's like it's covered in like it's like red tape, and I'm like, no, there's people walking inside, and I was like, wait, red tape? That's kind of familiar. And then I remember like how it's like all of the top albums were being covered in like red tape for like their new release.
hmm
So then I'm like, oh, it's probably just for that because it's coming out soon. I go inside, and apparently they're having a week early listening party for the entire album, like store wide. So I got to hear the entire like Clancy album a week early on accident, which is cool.
goes VIP.
But and it's like I got the CD on pre-order while I was there. But also, um, now that it's like I listened to it and stuff, and it's like I had the CD, uh, I then I then listened to the album again when it came out, and then I watched a video about the lore. Um, just like a brief recap, and it's like I still don't fully understand it, but it is kind of interesting. And
hmm
Nico and the Nine is one of those songs where it's like I think there are a lot of songs on this album in particular that like have like lore bits in them, like Jumpsuit and like Leave the City.
hmm
Um, but Nico and the Niners is like just lore stuff. But even then, it still sounds really good, so that makes me still really like it.
hmm
Especially with like the guitar or maybe ukulele. I don't know. You know what the ding, 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 ding. Yeah, sounds really good.
Yeah.
Same with the chorus.
Yeah, I might move Nico and the Niners up to a 7 or 7.5. I just don't. I think I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. It's like, is it fine, or like it's? I mean, the artist can do what they want to do, but for a song to have lore that maybe I think it would be fine, but it's I don't rate it as higher because maybe if I did like a full deep dive into the lyrics, I would understand it more. But I feel like it's some stuff where it's like if you haven't listened to this out any other albums or know about it, you wouldn't like it wouldn't make much sense. But it does sound good. I didn't some parts of it I don't like. I think it draws. I don't. Maybe I'm thinking of a different song, but I think the ending it kind of that's what brought it down a little bit for me. I can't remember what happens in it though. I think yeah.
I
I
can't
think I
remember how
need
the song ends either.
yeah, I think I need to. I think I might raise it up to a 7.
hmm
And then the pet cheetah would be the last place for me. But
Yeah. Um, Also, I'm a big fan of this album. I feel like even the songs that I haven't heard have a nostalgic feel to them, especially in Bandito. I feel like I've heard this like songs that sound like it. This is probably I think probably my second favorite, maybe. This is the one I really like the lyrics. Like this is probably like my favorite lyrics in the album, probably maybe besides maybe Morph, but like I think his verse has some really good lyrics in it, and then also like just yeah, I'm a big fan of this album of this song.
yeah, I
Except
Yeah,
I think it's a little repetitive. That's my only problem. The chorus goes a
yeah.
lot.
The reason I don't have it higher is
yeah,
because it's I think it's like the longest song in the album, maybe behind. I don't know. I think it was like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. It doesn't feel that long,
yeah.
but it
A little
repeats a
longer.
little bit too much for for it to be rated higher for me. But I understand why you would like it a lot.
I feel like it repeats a bit in the beginning, a bit.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think the first five songs of the album are really, really like. I mean, obviously, I think the first five songs are really, really good. Uh, Levitate, I think, is partly really good just because of like how it transitions from Jumpsuit and then like leads into more
hmm
kind of like it's like on its own. I feel like I wouldn't like it that much, but just where it's placed and how it flows with everything, it's like it makes it work.
yeah,
It's like a quick little thing. His rapping is usually pretty divisive amongst people that are like reviewing their stuff. I think in this album it sounds pretty good or like catching. Um, but or well, like I'm not like a huge fan of it, so it's like I'd say it's good, but what's it called? But what is like really really good, like amazing, is the bass in this album, like Jumpsuit, like
Oh yeah, definitely.
with like that hard bass all throughout, and then it's like in the bridge, like where it's like it like breaks off to, like a softer kind of like darker lyrics, and then it's like at the end it goes back to the bass where it's like he starts like screaming about the jumpsuit. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jumpsuit,
I
jumpsuit.
also I like the when it slows down too a lot.
yeah. And then My Blood also has crazy bass and just also like really crazy production too. And this one is nostalgic, but even looking past the nostalgia, like I think more than any other song ever, like this song just gives me the most goosebumps when I hear it. Like it's just like it's so like it's just like it is that song. It's like it's very like with what the song is about and also how it sounds and like how it all comes together. It's like uplifting, also chilling. It's a really really nice mix.
Cool.
And then Morph I also really liked the first listen, but then like I had a few problems, but then like they all ironed out. Like one problem that I had before was how it's like it ends with like the not done, Josh Dunn, because Josh Dunn is the name of the drummer. So it's like it felt random to have that in there. But just looking a little bit deeper, I think part of like the music video like story things is like how the singer Tyler, he plays like the character kind of, and then it's like in the music videos, and then in the music videos, like the drummer Josh kind of like I don't know if it's like he's like uh his guardian or just like always there by his side or what, but it's like since Morph is like about kind of like giving up or it's like morphing to like feel like I don't know. I'm too tired for this. I'm like gonna crash out.
But yeah, no, it's real. Morph has yeah.
Probably my
Morph
But
my
it's
has
like
favorite
but it's
instrumental for.
yeah.
yeah. But it's like just the ending with like saying Josh Dunn makes sense because it's like the whole song about Morph. It's like him giving up or it's like feeling like giving up. And then it's like just becoming a different person because of it. But then it's like but then it's like his friend is what like anchors him and like kind of stops him from like going off the deep end, I think is my interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also Legend is really good and
I
sweet.
love Legend. Oh my gosh, I might
Yeah.
like Legend
It
is
sounds
the lyrics. It's a lot. It's a lot more. It's kind of different compared to the other songs on this album in terms of the instrumental, and it's kind of a more upbeat song, or not like slightly more upbeat, but it's less. Like the lyrics are still. It's still like like sad. Or not like it's still sad. I mean, it's like it's. I'm trying to think of a word to describe this, but just the lyrics like my middle name, my goodbye, um,
yeah.
and it just it goes like I'm thinking about how my grandpa or one of my grandpas is or like my middle name is because of his, and when he if like, I really hope it doesn't happen soon, but whenever he would, you know, it I feel like this song would be a lot. I would raise it up a lot more, you know.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
listening to this album, I thought about that a lot, and that really that made me like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first time hearing this song, I thought it sounded like the song in the credits of the Lego Movie 2. You know, like the unbelievable, super cool outrage. You know,
Oh
when I
yeah,
said it's like, yeah. Even though I think that one came out after Legend, that song. So, you know, maybe Beck, who was the one that made the song for the movie, copied them. Who knows? Or not copied, was inspired. You know. Other songs to talk about. Um,
leave this. Can we talk about leave the city
Neon
for?
Gravestones.
Oh yeah, yeah, Neon Gravestones. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. We can talk about Neon Gravestones. I was
Neon
like,
Gravestones is really, yeah. Leave the City is the final song. We could do that one too at the end. But Neon Graceland is really, really unique. I like its uniqueness because it is like a much more like pressing and personal, and also controversial topic. But it's like the way that it's like he voices his opinion on it, and it's like with the build up from the other songs in the album. I feel like it all fits really well. It makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. And when you told me, like when first listening to it, I didn't really catch that, but after you told me about that, I can definitely see it. And yeah, I really liked Neon Gravestones.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so yeah. Hold up. Um,
It
I
sounds
so
like he's
at
like
first
giving a speech.
yeah, I didn't like the speech part of it, but now that I know like kind of like the point of it, I still like I respect it more.
Mm-hmm.
But the chorus is also like really good too. Yeah, I mean I feel like all the this like shines on the combs. The I'm done, man. I'm cooked.
We're tired,
Wait, what?
so tired. No, well, no, because it's like we're all like about to crash out. We're tired, so tired, tired of podcasting. But no,
I don't even
yeah.
get it. I didn't even hear it. I'm so loopy, bro.
I think it was a
What?
Weezer reference.
What?
It was a Weezer reference.
I
I'm
couldn't really hear
tired,
it.
so tired.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
Tired
so
of
tired of
tired of
you.
that song. Yeah.
podcasting. Yeah,
Tired of
yeah.
podcasting.
I'm tired
What's
of
it called?
sock making.
No, no, stop, stop.
Um,
S- So tired of wearing socks. How did this go from like how deep Neon Gravestones is to Weezer's weird
Cause bro, that
song about?
we've gone off like on like
because
two
if
or
we
three
get too
tangents
deep,
on
if we get too
Weezer.
deep with how tired we are, who knows what's gonna happen, bro? Okay, we have to keep up this energy, okay? 'Cause if we get too deep, bro, there's no going back up, bro.
But anyways, I think one of the songs on here reminded me a lot of like a Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse
Oh
type.
yes, I did. I never thought of that. But now you say that, that is, I think, I feel like that's also the reason why I find some of the
Yeah.
stuff that sounds
Yeah.
nostalgic, even though I've never heard it.
Well, I guess I have one more question for you guys, and then we guess we could talk about Leave the City unless you want to talk about any of the other songs. But what or why do you guys have Cut My Lip lower or lowest?
I don't know. I didn't sound
It's
special to me.
it doesn't really do much for me. It's like
Yeah.
I mean it's like I guess the beat or like the instrumental I guess it's like uh it doesn't stand out that much. It just sounds like a little like basic, and then it's like the lyrics I think just also like don't stand out that much either. It's like in an album full of standouts it doesn't
That's fair.
stand out. You know what I mean?
That's what my thoughts were on like Pet Cheetah. I liked it, but the part I don't like the part where it's like Pet Cheetah, Cheetah, Pet Cheetah, Cheetah with the bass. I mean, it's not like bad, but
That's
um
how yeah.
I don't
That's
like
how I
it.
felt in the beginning about it. But then I listened to it a second time and it was really, really catchy. So then I
Mhm.
think I did like it. Also just kind of like the hilarity of it. Like in like just like the I got a Pichita in my basement. No. I got a Pichita in my basement. I named him Jason Statham. And now wait, and then it's and now my pet cheetah is quicker with these beats than on this is quicker with these beats than on his feet or something like that.
Hmm.
It's just it's just so hilarious. But also kind of like I don't even know. It's just a catchy song. It's a catchy song.
Yeah. I guess one more. I guess I don't know if you guys have any other things or other songs you want to talk about, but one that I wanted to talk about and bring up is the closing track, "Leave the City."
I
Um,
remember liking that one on the first listen, but I haven't fully listened to it again.
and you call yourself a reviewer?
Yep.
Nah, I I had it lower on my first listen, but after listening to it again, it was really like there's a lot of emotion behind it, and I thought it was I
Yeah.
really like like the lyrics and the vocals. For now, I believe the city,
Mm-hmm.
and how it like
I
slowly
feel like I
builds
should
up a
have put
little
it
bit.
higher because yeah, especially with like yeah, um, it's like I think from it does make sense from like a little bits that I do know of the lore and also like outside of it from just like an ordinary song perspective, like just just like about like the whole like fire and how like the neon is like false hope in the city, so it's like he's leaving the fire and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, but then also I like how it ends with the like in French, you're not alone. They know. They know what I mean. I feel like
Yeah, it
that's a good way
was
to
a
end the
great.
album.
Yeah,
I probably should have put it higher in my ranking. Well, I haven't heard it in a little bit, but still
hmm after talking about some of these
pretty good.
songs, I feel like I would raise them up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys have anything else to talk about.
This is our long. I feel like this is our longest one we've ever done.
Right now, the
I know
recording's
we were
at 1:51, 1 hour and 51 minutes.
Maybe I'm just too old for this stuff.
Well, thank you guys. I don't know if you have anything else we want to bring up.
I feel like I have something I need to say, but I don't know what it is. I feel like I have to think of something cool to say.
let me
Um,
know in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about with the whole like when she laughs the heavens on the sun lullaby.
is young man
Because
tripping?
bec-
Yes or no?
no, because no, because that's literally what it's like though. It's like you
Uh-huh.
hear it and it's like it is like it's just like a voice from above is hitting you with like a stun gun. You know, it's like you're just
Mm-hmm.
stopped in your tracks.
I feel like it would feel like that.
Chat.
It would feel
So cursed. I don't know why it's just so. Okay.
I don't know why
Um,
like it's like
well.
1:20, bro.
man. Anyways, um, I'd like to thank a couple people for this podcast. I think I'm gonna thank Rivers Cuomo, um, and F numbers, bro. They don't do anything for us.
Oh my gosh.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay, human.
Let's go, respect.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. If you stuck through the whole thing, I'm sorry for you.
I'm
No.
sorry.
No, but thank you so much. If you have any topics or suggestions you would like us to talk, or topics or questions you would like us to answer or talk about, please leave them in the comments. If you have any critiques or anything you would like to see in future podcasts, please also leave them in the comments. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Um,
Uh-huh.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll be
Thank you.
making more reviews.
I
Hopefully.
really appreciate it. Me personally, I really appreciate it.
Bye,
Yeah.
chat. Bye, chat.
Bye, chat. Have
Bye,
a good
guys.
one.
All right.